Holy shit! There's a lot of things that soul leveling doesn't tell us about their power system. Starting with the question, have you ever wondered why Sung Jinwoo, the main character of soul leveling, seems to be the only one who can grow infinitely stronger while everyone else hits their limits? Now, I love a power fantasy as much as the next guy. Okay, that might not be true. But seriously, what's the secret behind his powers? Could it be the power of friendship? Maybe a demon fox sealed inside him, or a mysterious forbidden fruit? That's why today we're going to be breaking down the unique system that allows Jin-Woo to surpass everyone else, and why he's the only one with this ability. If you're ready to dive deep into the world of hunters, dungeons, and the game-like system that drives Jin-Woo's rise, stick around. Before we can understand why Jin-Woo is unique, let's first take a look at how the soul leveling world works for everyone else. Hunters in this world are humans who have been granted supernatural abilities after surviving the opening of the gates. Portals that connect Earth to dangerous dungeons filled with monsters. These hunters are ranked from E to S, with E being the weakest and S being the most powerful. The catch? A hunter's strength is largely fixed after their awakening. Once you're given your rank, that's it. You can train to hone your skills, but you're bound by your initial limitations. For most hunters, their power levels are determined by the awakening event. Once awakened, they are separated into 6 major categories. Mage, the most versatile class, being able to cast elemental spells, enact curses, and call forth spirits to fight for them. Although it seems like most of them are spamming the same spell over and over again. Assassins, swift and agile, considered to be the fastest hunters around, but they are screwed if their enemy can catch up to them. Fighters, hunters who excel in delivering substantial damage through close range combat. Pretty much the class of 90% of protagonists in anime. Then we got tankers, specialized in defense, aka the ones who stand there and get an ass beating. Healers, the only primary support class without the ability to protect themselves, standing in the back and hoping their party is strong enough to protect them. Spoiler alert, they're the first ones to usually die. Ranger, focused on keeping distance as they use bows and crossbows. Honestly, I just feel bad they awaken to find out their wallets are gonna be the ones killed by the cost of those arrows. Now, Jin-Woo's journey is different. He starts off as the weakest E-rank hunter, barely able to survive low-level dungeons. But after a very brutal near-death experience in a mysterious dual dungeon, everything changes. He's selected by an unseen entity known as the System, which gives him the ability to level up like a video game character. But where did this system come from, and why was Jin-Woo chosen? This system is key to Jin-Woo's ability to grow stronger. Unlike other hunters who are stuck with their initial ranks, Jin-Woo can gain experience points, level up, and increase his stats, just like any RPG game. Makes me wonder if there's a hidden window we don't know about, cause to go from this to a handsome guy with a six-pack, he must have been grinding on his appearance stats, alongside some other size stats. Anyways, this player system turns Jin-Woo into a living anomaly, someone who defies the natural rules of the hunter world. But the question remains, why was Jin-Woo of all people given this power? To answer that, we need to dig deeper into the lore of soul leveling. As the story progresses, we learn that the world of dungeons and hunters is part of a much larger conflict between two powerful factions, the monarchs and the rulers. The monarchs are beings of destruction, while the rulers are their counterparts, seeking to preserve the balance and protect humanity. Jin-Woo's player system was designed by the architect, a servant of the monarchs and one of the creepiest motherfuckers I have ever seen. Seems like he took some smiling lessons from the Joker. Just look at it. Initially, it was meant to create a vessel capable of rivaling the monarchs by turning a human into a shadow monarch, an entity powerful enough to challenge both monarchs and rulers. The key detail here is that the system wasn't originally designed for Jin-Woo specifically. It was meant for the previous shadow monarch Ashbourne, but when Ashbourne chose Jin-Woo as his successor, the system was transferred to him, giving Jin-Woo the unique ability to grow stronger without limits. So what does this all mean for Jin-Woo's ability to grow? The system essentially breaks the limitations placed on normal hunters by allowing Jin-Woo to gain new abilities, increase his stats, acquire exclusive armor and items from a freaking supernatural store that no one has access to, add some microtransactions, and we have a real video game. The system acts as a bridge between Jin-Woo and the power of the Shadow Monarch Ashbourne, and it's constantly evolving as Jin-Woo completes quests and defeats enemies. This is why Jin-Woo is able to break through the traditional power ceilings in soul leveling. While other hunters are limited by their initial awakening, Jinwoo's power is constantly increasing because he's essentially a player in a game where the rules don't apply to everyone else. He can even level up his shadow minions, which is fucking ridiculous. Because where the hell is the party system? I need these side characters to be more relevant. He becomes a dangerous force in the world, but makes every new character useless after the next season. But the system alone doesn't explain everything. Another major factor in Jinwoo's growth is his connection to Ashbourne, the original Shadow Monarch. Ashbourne chose Jinwoo because of his indomitable will to survive. Throughout his life, Jinwoo's faced countless near-death experiences, and his will to live became a core part of why he was chosen. This connection allows Jinwoo to access the powers of the Shadow Monarch, including the ability to control shadows and revive fallen enemies as part of his army, which is literally one of the most OP powers I have ever come across. They don't even try to make it balanced. He can literally revive S-rank hunters if he wanted to. You gotta remember that he not only has the system, but the powers of Ashbourne, which is practically a god to normal hunters. However, with great power comes great responsibility and immense loneliness. One of the key themes in soul leveling is the isolation that comes with Jinwoo's strength. As he grows more powerful, he distances himself from others. He becomes so strong that no one can match him, and while this makes him a force of nature, it also leaves him isolated. His family, friends, and comrades can only stand by and watch. As Jin-Woo obtains exclusive information about the world's impending doom, he comes to the realization that no one can stand alongside him while he protects the world. This loneliness is amplified by his role as the Shadow Monarch, a title that inherently separates him from other hunters. He's no longer just a human, he's something more, something beyond the reach of anyone else in this world. By the end of the series, Jin-Woo's evolution is complete. He fully embraces his role as the Shadow Monarch, surpassing even the expectations of the system that granted him his powers. But what truly sets him apart isn't just his strength, it's his amazing character as he chose to use that power to protect the ones he loves. Jin-Woo's growth isn't just about becoming stronger, it's about taking on the responsibility that comes with that strength. So to sum it all up, Jin-Woo is the only one who can grow stronger in soul leveling because of the unique system created by the architect, which allows him to level up like a player in a game. His connection to the Shadow Monarch Ashbourne amplifies his power, giving him access to abilities far beyond normal hunters. While others are bound by the limits of their initial awakening, Jin-Woo has no such restrictions. His growth is limitless, but the system that governs him is fundamentally different from that controls everyone else. Jin-Woo's journey isn't just about power, it's about responsibility, loneliness, and the sacrifices he makes to protect the ones he cares about. If you love this breakdown of Jin-Woo's abilities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into your favorite characters and stories. Until next time, keep leveling up.